Good morning, I'm Abhiday Shrestha, and these are the headlines for this hour. The government tightens noose on tax evading practices, Tax Clearance Commission to be dismissed, Supreme Court verdict on NCL indicates massive positive on tax collection system. Indo-Nepal joint secretary-level trade meeting underway in Pokhara, Nepal taking initiative to reduce trade deficit in upcoming days. Heavy rain and snowfall lash hilly region across the country. Weather Forecasting Division says incessant rainfall to continue in different parts of the country until tomorrow. And National Blind Women Cricket Team returns home following their commendable series victory over Pakistan. Government charged of lackluster support to blind cricket. Let's begin with the latest national political updates. The government has taken a few important steps in recent time to deal with the increasing number of instances where large taxpayers have taken advantage of the weak revenue collection system. The Finance Ministry had announced through this year's budget that the value-added tax VAT would not be returned, while the government has proposed to scrap the Tax Clearance Commission as well. The Supreme Court decision made just 2 days ago on the NCL capital gains tax is understood as another initiative to reform the revenue system. Businessmen had received 54 billion rupees of that amount in the last fiscal year. This year, the government has put a stop on the provision of businessmen getting back the revenue generated from the VAT system, citing the existing practice was against the main principle of VAT. Likewise, in the past, the Tax Clearance Commission, led by Lumba Twoz Mahat, had given a company a leeway of 22 billion rupees on the total of 31 billion rupees income tax, which it was supposed to pay. In order to deal with such malpractices, the government has put forth a proposal at the Parliament that will put an end to the trends of using political affiliations, forming commissions, and presenting various other reasons to delay or dodge tax payments. Meanwhile, the verdict given by the Supreme Court on Wednesday has also clarified on the types of taxes that multinational companies and international investors need to pay and what tax facilities they get. The decision has also declared it necessary for a company to pay taxes to the country from where the revenue is generated, regardless of the transfer of ownerships. Likewise, the Supreme Court has declared it necessary for the buyer to clear pending taxes. Experts are of the view that these steps are sure to strengthen the tax system of the country by making it more transparent and trustworthy. Experts have also stated that the NCL incident has sent a clear message to other large taxpayers as well, hinting at a positive transformation in the tax structure. The government has said that it has no intention of making the U.S. angry with the remarks over the internal affairs of Venezuela. Government spokesman and Minister for Information and Communication Gokul Baskota yesterday said that it was unnecessary to debate over the government and Nepal Communist Party's statement on the Venezuela episode. Speaking at the weekly press conference of the government yesterday, Minister Baskota claimed that any level of misunderstanding with the U.S., if there was any, has now been cleared. Minister Baskota also informed that the government has decided to provide land from forest area to relocate earthquake victims from different places. The Nepalese government has taken initiative to review the trade treaty with India in a bid to minimize trade deficit and promote export. A two-day joint secretary-level meeting of comprehensive review of Treaty of Trade between the government of Nepal and the government of India started in Pokhara yesterday to discuss on the provisions of the trade treaty signed a decade ago. The total trade deficit in the past 5 months has gone up by 36% to reach 569.49 billion rupees. The import from India alone has increased by 32%. Import was double in comparison to export 15 years ago, but the import has now exceeded 17 times. At a time when Nepal is preparing to review the trade treaty with India, Nepal is trying to take this opportunity to add a provision to minimize the trade deficit. At the joint secretary-level meeting being held in Pokhara, Nepal has proposed to make amendments to the 10-year-old trade treaty. Likewise, in order to facilitate export, Nepal has requested India to get rid of hassles at border customs and to amend the list of primary goods. The agreement signed a decade ago was reviewed 3 years ago. However, the trade deficit has not decreased. The current Joint Secretary-level second round of meeting is a continuation of the meeting held 7 months back. The products made from imported materials receive a certificate of manufacture only after 30% cost is added to it. The Nepalese side, however, has proposed to decrease that to 25%. Analysts have said that export will increase only when internal and foreign investment are facilitated. Discussions should therefore be held at the meeting to find ways to attract Indian investment. The government's chief secretary has raised doubts over outstanding amount presented by the Office of the Auditor General. Chief Secretary Lokdarshan Regmi, in the meeting of the Public Accounts Committee yesterday, raised questions over the figure of the outstanding amount in front of Auditor General Tankamani Sharma himself. The Public Accounts Committee had invited Auditor General Tankamani Sharma, Chief Secretary Lokdarshan Regmi, and secretaries from all the ministries to discuss the issue of the outstanding clearance earlier yesterday. Chief Secretary Regmi opined that policy-level lapses and drawbacks on the part of the government office bearers had led to an increase in the outstanding amount. The Office of the Auditor General also said that government offices had baselessly listed the outstanding amount, which resulted in its increase. According to a report filed by the Office of the Auditor General, the outstanding amount has totaled to 508 billion rupees of a total of 6,600 government offices. 16% of this amount belongs to responsible government officers, as the secretaries have said that recovering this amount is in top priority. However, the process of clearing the outstanding amount of the dissolved district development committees is still not clear. The dissolved district development committees alone have an outstanding amount of just over 626 billion rupees. The Public Accounts Committee has directed all the ministries and central bodies to report the progress on the outstanding amount clearance every month. The Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport tops the list of government bodies with maximum outstanding amount. Heavy snowfall in the mountainous and hilly regions due to the change in weather has affected daily lives, especially in Manang, Dolkha, Jumla and Humla. The snowfall has affected transport services in Manang, while people are finding it hard to move around. Vehicular mobility has been obstructed since the past 2 weeks in Manang, causing a shortage in food supply. Likewise, daily lives in Dolkha, Humla and Jumla have also been reported affected by the snowfall. Meteorologists have stated that the snowfall would continue for a few more days in the Himalayan region. Welcome back. The Sunsari Land and Revenue Office has begun online system of land-related works. However, with the regular disturbances in the online system, the working process and speed have been affected. In this week alone, due to network irregularities, daily works in the Sunsari Land and Revenue Office got affected 3 days in a row. However, with the increasing number of service seekers' aggression, the office started publishing notice when the work gets affected. In this context, we had asked the service seekers of the Land and Revenue Office how the service flow was. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
टाटादेखि आउनु पर्छ, कति कामहरु बिताएर कति कामहरु राखेर आउनु पर्ने हुन्छ। आज नेटले दिएन, आइतबार आउनु, मंगलबार आउनु भन्छन्। अब त्यो आइतबार आयो, मंगलबार आयो, फेरि नेट गयो भन्छन्। त्यस्तो सुविधा त राम्रो भएन जनतालाई।
कार्यालयबाट गुनासो सुन्न त्यति चाहदैन। कार्यालय प्रमुखले कुनै गुनासो सुन्न चाहदैन। अनलाइन छैन जानुस्।
अनलाइनको सेवा झनै झ्याउ छ नि, एउटा जग्गा बेच्न 3 दिन 4 दिन आउनु पर्छ।
बिहान आएको मान्छे बेलुका त घर फर्किने सम्भावना नै छैन, काम भएर 2-3 दिन लाग्छ। यो यति झन्झटिलो भएको छ, यति यो सेवाग्राहीलाई यहाँ भन्दा ठुलो झन्झट दिने ठाउँ अरु कार्यालय देखिएन। झन् यो अनलाइन आइकन त बडो गाह्रो भइरहेको छ।
जटिल समस्या भएको छ, धेरै गाह्रो छ। मालपोतले सूचना टाङ्दिन्छ। अब यो काम चाहिँ क्षमा प्रार्थी छौं भनेर मालपोतले सूचना टाङ्दिन्छ। अब त्यो आधारमा मान्छेहरु सारै बिजोग र कठिन अवस्था झेल्नु परिरहेको छ।
नेट स्लो चलो या नेट आज बिग्रियो, त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि ढिलो हुन्छ, टाइम लाग्छ।
पहिला चाहिँ कलमको लेखाइले गर्दा हाम्रो काम पनि सहज थियो हैन। अब के भन्छ यो कम्प्युटर र अनलाइनको कारणले हामीले 3 दिनसम्म पर्खिनु पर्छ यो काममा। एक दिन काम गर्नलाई 3 दिनसम्म पर्खिनु पर्छ।
It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question. Why has the Nepalese side not completed its part of construction work despite China already handing over Ring Road's Kalanki-Koteshwar section? Your options are A, inability of Department of Roads, B, carelessness of contractors, and C, lack of budget. The voting is on. Type in EWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
The blind women cricketers of the country have set a record by clinching the first ever international tournament they participated in. The achievement, despite the lack of infrastructure back home, might have surprised many, while it has filled the players with hopes of better opportunities in the days ahead. Bhagwati Bhattrai Baral, skipper of national blind cricket team, shared her happiness with Kantipur television following her team's historic triumph in the Pakistani International Series. The success gained has also raised hopes of more investment and support from the government to blind cricket. The players have said that they made the tour without any support from the government, which has invested more or less nothing to promote blind cricket in the country. However, they now feel that following the achievement gained, they have been able to draw the government's attention towards blind women cricket and hence support for the upcoming tours. In the just concluded international series against Pakistan, Nepal had won the 5-match series 4-0, while one match was washed away by rain. Nepal's performance was commendable also in the sense that Pakistan, a test-playing nation, have a sound cricket infrastructure for blind cricket as well. The primary demand of the blind cricketers still is getting better exposure and training. Real Betis and Valencia have settled for a 2-2 draw at the first leg semifinals of the Spanish football tournament Copa del Rey. In the match played at Sevilla last night, hosts Real Betis wasted a 2-goal lead and had to settle for the draw. Laurent Moron scored just before halftime to give Real Betis a 1-0 lead. In the second half, Joaquin doubled the lead for Real Betis in the 54th minute. Sherry Chev scored for Valencia in the 70th minute to cut the deficit to 2-1. Gamiro came up with an equalizer for Valencia in the dying minutes of injury time to draw the match at 2-2. The second leg semi-final, which will be played at Valencia's home ground Mestalla on 28th of February, will decide who advances to the finals of Copa del Rey. The other second leg semi-final between Real Madrid and Barcelona will be played a day earlier on 27th of February after a first leg 1-1 draw at Nou Camp. And now, before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. The government tightens noose on tax evading practices, Tax Clearance Commission to be dismissed, Supreme Court verdict on NCL indicates massive positive on tax collection system. Indo-Nepal Joint Secretary-level trade meeting underway in Pokhara, Nepal taking initiative to reduce trade deficit in upcoming days. Heavy rain and snowfall lash hilly region across the country. Weather Forecasting Division says incessant rainfall to continue in different parts of the country until tomorrow. And national blind women cricket team returns home following their commendable series victory over Pakistan. Government charged of lackluster support to blind cricket. And that's all for the moment. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning.